is your petition?
Your Majesty, the Order of the Laurel has a petition for you today. We would like you to hear our words and bring forth the candidate.
Greetings to you, companions of the Order of the Laurel. Each of you is a peer of this our realm by virtue of your service and the sharing of your talents with the people of our kingdom. Today you bring before us another for consideration. What is the name of this candidate?
Let Seamus O'Kelly approach the throne.
Obedient to your lawful summons and ready to leave the ranks of the commons, to happy plaudits and resounding cheers, Seamus O'Kelly now appears. Blessed with a quick and ready wit, his learning accomplished, a fully packed kit, his pillbox is full, his fleam sharp and ready. His book is now finished, his hand is quite steady. Proud son of the summits, his skill is wide famed, and his face with golden locks is framed. His knowledge of plants is a little scary, and some few know that his toes are quite hairy. Born in Clough Jordan on the Emerald Isle, he has lived in Ontier for quite a while. Youngest son of an elderly father, an enormous estate did not him bother. He makes his way with his skill and his mind. His potions and tinctures are fully refined. His students are many, his volumes are varied, and his few mistakes have been quietly buried. The laurels are mighty, the laurels are pretty. Their knowledge is great and their converse is witty. Their numbers, alas, are now incomplete, and you have summoned them all to kneel at your feet. His procession is finished. He now stands before you, ready to speak and to swear and adore you. Here to be laureled, a mighty fine felly, I am proud to present to you Seamus O'Kelly.
Is there any of this order that will speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, there are peers of your realm that would speak, and first, from the Pelican.
I am Master Finn Grimm, Pelican. I would like to speak on behalf of Seamus. First off, I was given the advice of speaking from your heart. And if you could feel my heartbeat right now, Seamus, it would be boom, 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 boom. I'm to speak of your service. Your service is your heart, for you've given it freely to everyone you have encountered. Every person that I know that has encountered you speaks of your praises, of your knowledge, and of your kindness. Please keep that up. Oh, and I have this vial.
Well, aren't you going to tell us what's wrong with him?
That would be vile.
See you later.
And is there another?
Majesty, I would speak for this candidate. My name is Master Pierce McTarlach. I'm a member of the Order of Defense. When I first met Seamus, I didn't know what a peer was. But I soon learned because he was the type of man I wanted to be. Passionate, engaged, a little weird, and a lover of so many things and so many people. When I asked people what Seamus brings, they said encouragement. It's a simple idea, but it moves mountains. When he was Alpine Scholar, he reached out to every individual competitor to encourage them, to push them, to move farther. He created a group to encourage those of us in the summits to enter Kingdom Arts and Sciences and at least 2 entrants are entering the full competition for the very first time because of that effort. And through that, he creates community. He creates vibrancy. He creates passion. And for that, he is my peer. And you also get some of this. Very full.
I'll have to hold this one.
Your Majesties, I would like to speak for Seamus O'Kelly on behalf of our royal peers present. I would speak to his grace, his actions, while on the coronet seats with me, and the inspiration that he was given and that was given back in return. There are not many people here who haven't been touched very deeply by the support that this man gives. No. He makes the game more magical for all. And I'm proud to speak. Very proud. It's warm.
Your Majesties, as a knight of Antir, I also would like to speak of Seamus. I was asked to speak of Seamus's knowledge of medicine. And as a physician, I can tell you, he doesn't know anything about medicine. However, he does have a tremendous knowledge of medicines. Especially period medicines. It impressed me from the very first time I smelled the beaver in his grave. Right there, yeah. I was also asked to speak of his presence. And I tell you about his presence, having been sitting on the throne and once in my time, and giving an award to this man who accepted pantsless. Kneeling there before the Queen, accepting a major award, I thought, this man is going places. So that's why I proudly endorse this man. His knowledge of medicines, his prowess, and his presence, and his first lesson. This person has diabetes.
Your Majesty, I am Master Eduardo Francesco Maria Lucrezia, member of the Order of the Laurel, of the Order of the Pelican, and a Lion of Antir. And very well hydrated. I would like to speak of this man's research, of his meticulous and thorough knowledge of period medicine, of apothecary, of herbals, and of many other things. When I first met this man at Arts and Sciences many years ago, he had a display called 100 Ways to Die. His knowledge has grown since then. It is rooted in history. It is rooted in the time periods that we embrace and adore, And he does it with joy and honor and a little weirdness. And I would recommend my former apprentice to your majesties to become a member of the Order of the Laurel.
Is it your desire that this man be elevated to join you in your order?
Are you sworn in fealty to another?
I am not.
Seamus O'Kelly, well pleased with your skill and your continued service to this kingdom, and right mindful of the desires of your peers, we are minded to create you a companion of the Order of the Laurel. Will you accept from our hand this honor and swear to uphold the rights and responsibilities of the Order?
I will.
Then will you, Seamus O'Kelly, give your word to continue to fulfill the requirements set for the governance of this order, as you most surely have until now, to increase your labors nobly, to nourish your talents as befits a noble, and to seek to disseminate your talents and abilities throughout the kingdoms of the known world, as far as is within your powers?
I will.
Bring forth the medallion and speak its lineage.
This medallion was given to me 31 years ago. I took a cast of it and passed it down to Mistress Sabine, one of my apprentices, who's become a mistress of the Laurel. The beads are made by the lady that brought me into the society, Mistress Tatiana from Atlantia.
Now take from our hands this token of your accomplishments and our esteem.
Bring forth the circlet. And if you would speak. Oh, yes. This was made by Sir
Nathan Fitzgerald.
Beautiful. Wear this circlet as a symbol of your nobility.
To which your own labors,
To which your own labors,
as much as our recognition,
as much as our recognition, have raised.
bring forth the mantle.
Bring forth the mantle.
Take from our hands this mantle,
Mindful that you now bear
mindful that you now bear the honor
and responsibility
and responsibility of peerage upon your own shoulders.
There a scroll.
Let all know that we, Christian and Helen, sovereign king and queen of glorious Antir, rulers of her principalities of Summits and Thierry, and all those baronies and shires within her borders, send good greetings to all in whom these words shall come. Further, that following the customs of our predecessors, we find it necessary for the honor and maintenance of the Order of the Laurel to add such members as have been found worthy by their skill, courtesy, and nobility, and that we now choose and elect our subject, one Seamus O'Kelly, in Gaelic, called Seamus O'Kelly, as a companion of the said order and a peer of our realm. Wherefore, we are assured that as he has hitherto and with singular courage and fidelity served on Tyr, so he will still do the same. We do hereby will and authorize him to wear the insignia of said order, and use the laurel wreath about his arms, as well to lawfully bear the said arms hereafter following, that is to say, Argent, a sea elk ghoul's tailed sable, as confirmed by Black Lion, principal herald of Antir. All this do we ratify and confirm to the said Seamus, without letter impediment, by our hand and seal, done 12th night, Anno Societatis 53. Let it be known that on this day, Seamus O'Kelly has been admitted to the right noble order of the Laurel, and will be known as a peer of the kingdom of Antir. The new peer shall here be asked if he is willing to swear fealty.
Good answer. Upon which symbol of state would you swear your oath?
Upon Her Majesty's crown, made by an artisan out of metal created by a scientist, born in service to the people, and won by inspiring martial greatness. I, Seamus O'Kelly, a companion of the Order of the Laurel, and a peer of the Kingdom of Antir, do become your liege man, in life, limb, or earthly worship. Faith and truth will I bear unto you.
To live and die against all manner of foes.
To live or die against all manner of foes.
And we, for our part, swear our fealty to you, Seamus O'Kelly. We promise to protect you and your house with all of our power, so long as we remain sovereigns of Antir. So say we, Christian, King Antir.
And so say we, Helen, Queen Antir.
Now, I believe there is a piece of unfinished business, and that there is one more scroll to be brought forth.
To all in singular, as well as nobles and gentle persons as others, to whom these presents shall come, King Eriker Thorensen and Queen Megan Birch Merriby, strength and grace King and Queen of Antir, send greetings. To our right trusty and entire beloved cousin, Eduardo Francesco Maria Lucrezia, greetings. Whereas our royal progenitors, the kings and queens of Antir, have, in all time since the founding of the kingdom, elected and chosen into the most noble order of the Laurel such eminent persons of their own subjects as have, for the nobility and greatness of their spirit, been thought worthy of the same, we find how necessary it is for the honor of the said order to elect others, who for their nobility, courage, skill, and fidelity may be fit to be admitted thereunto. Wherefore we duly, weighing the noblesse of your person, together with the great service and skill given to us for our realm, have thought fit to confer upon you such signal mark of our favor and high esteem as may fully evidence the same. Know ye therefore that we by our power do elect and choose you, our said and right trusty and entirely beloved cousin Eduardo, to be a companion of the most noble order of the Laurel and peer of our realm. We do hereby will and authorize you to wear the insignia of said order, and to use the laurel wreath about your arms, as well as to lawfully bear the said arms, that is to say, or on a chevron azure between two fleurs de lis sable and a peacock in its pride stated to sinister proper, 5 plates, as more plainly depicted in the margin, and confirmed by our Black Lion, principal herald of Antir. The which arms and every part and parcel thereof do we ratify and allow and confirm unto you the said Eduardo Francesco Maria Lucrezia, to bear at your liberty and pleasure, without impediment, let, or interruption of any person or persons. Done on the 16th day of January, Anno Societatis 22, the 1988, Gregorian.
As an act of love and kindness, we were asked to bring this forth so that Seamus could share his moment with another. And that is something beautiful. Thank you. Seamus O'Kelly, well deserved. Please.